Hello, I'm Ndimyake. Mwakalyelye. Vincent Makori is off today. This is Africa 54. Well, tonight the United Nations says hundreds of people have died in clashes in the South Sudanese capital, Juba, after fighting between rival groups of soldiers over the last few days. South Sudanese are urging residents to stay off the streets and inside their homes. Sarah Toms has this report.
More than 16,000 people have sought shelter after 2 days of intense fighting in South Sudan's capital, Juba. Many of the displaced take refuge in a UN compound next to the airport. Aid workers say the number of refugees is rising and food supplies are running low. The UN says up to 500 people have died in clashes between rival army factions.
You can find a lot of bodies all over the place. So I had my cousin over there. He's not even being buried right now. And I had just a lot of friends that I've been there with them for a couple of days. Now they're all gone.
Many more people have been wounded as authorities try to regain complete control of the city after what they say was an attempted military coup by the former vice president, Maya. The Juba government said it had arrested 10 major political figures and was hunting for its former vice president. U.S. Secretary of State John Kerry, on a visit to the typhoon-ravaged Philippines, urged for a peaceful and democratic solution.
Political differences need to be resolved by peaceful and democratic means, and those have been hard fought for. The government should respect the rule of law, and the people of South Sudan should be able to realize their full potential in peace.
South Sudan has struggled to achieve a stable government since becoming independent from Sudan in 2011. But instead, the oil-rich country remains ethnically and politically divided.
That was Sarah Toms reporting. Now joining us live via phone from Juba is VOA's South Sudan Project Bureau Chief, Andrew Green. Andrew, thank you so much for joining us today. Tell us what the latest, what's the latest information you have?
Well, the latest we've heard is that the fighting is now spreading outside of Juba and has actually reached neighboring Jonglei state. There are confirmed reports of fighting in 2 military barracks there, although an unknown casualty count. There's also reports of fighting in at least two other states, and worries that the fighting that started on Sunday night in Juba is now about to spread across the entire country. President Salva Kiir just got finished giving a press conference where he called for a dialogue with former Vice President Riek Machar, although he sounded pessimistic about what the outcome of that talk would be.
Now, what has been heard directly from Mr. Machar, who's denied accusations that he was plotting a coup against Mr. Kiir?
Yes, the latest we've heard from him. We've been unable to reach him, but he did give an interview to a local newspaper where he said that the fighting that started on Sunday was a misunderstanding within a military brigade here in Juba, and that it was not a coup, and he had nothing to do with it.
And the number is alarming, 500 dead, according to the UN?
Yes, that's also what I'm hearing, and expectations on the ground here that number will rise as humanitarian groups reach some areas of the city that have currently, they're still cut off from aid, or where people have not returned to recover bodies.
Thank you so much. Andrew Green reporting live from Juba, South Sudan.